Wow, they are closing school for 2 months. 2 whole months at home. That's the cry I've been seeing online in the last 2 weeks or so. Parents like you and me are just stressed out over the fact that kids will be home for 2 whole months, beginning from, I think, this week. So as a parent whose children are home 99% of the time because we are homeschoolers, check out why here. I am here to tell you, first of all, take a deep breath. It's not the end of the world. We will figure out what to do with these children for 2 whole months. And also, I would like to share with you just a few tips of what we have learned is the best way to keep these kids occupied when they're at home for a long time. So keep watching. So as I said, we have 4 kids, the eldest is 6, and we are homeschoolers. So our kids are normally at home for about 90-something% of their lives. They are at home. Now the temptation is, when they're not in school, just switch on the TV and let them just watch screens and have screen time the rest of the time. But we all know that too much screen time is not that healthy for kids. In fact, we have really reduced how much screen time our kids watch, but to the point where they only watch TV on weekends. And it has given us a lot of creativity and just given us the challenge to come up with creative things for them to do. I'm going to give you 10 fantastic ideas of ways in which you can keep your kids occupied. But let me just go through why. Why should we reduce how much screen time our kids are watching, and how can we do this? So of course, we know it's not good for health to just sit down. You know, there's so much obesity. And then number 2, you don't know what's on this TV screen. Sometimes, I'm telling you, sometimes even some cartoons are meant for kids, but oh my gosh, you watch, even you as a parent, you start just wondering, if me, I can't watch this as a grown-up, why am I letting my kids watch? So again, you want to also be cautious of what your kids are being exposed to. And then again, not having so much screen time helps them to be more creative, which is fantastic. So the first tip in reducing how much screen time your kids will have is to explain to them why. This is what we did in our house. We told our kids that too much TV turns their brain into mush. And they're like, what? Mush? I don't want my brain to turn into mush. And it's not a lie. It's not a lie because listen, I explained to them that when your brain turns into mush, you can't come up with ideas of your own. You are just there. You're not thinking. You're not solving problems. You're just consuming. And it's not a lie because it's true. That's what happens even for grown-ups when you're watching too much TV and too much screen time. Tip number 2 on how to reduce screen time is be realistic. Like, do it gradually. If people have been watching like 4 hours of TV per day or sometimes even 6 hours, don't just go drastically from 6 hours to 0. At least that's what we did. We've been reducing. You can start by, first of all, halving the time from 6 hours to 3 hours. And then after that, reduce it every day by like 30 minutes so that it's not such a drastic change for the kids and they'll be more receptive to it. So, tip number 3 is be engaged in your kids' lives. I mean, have conversations with them. What's going on? How was your day? What did you like? What did you not like? Tell me what made you happy, what made you sad, and everything. So teach the kids that there's another way to spend time apart from just watching. You can actually spend time having a conversation, which is really good because you get to know your kids, they get to know you, they get to just learn the art of conversation, and it's a win-win. And if you're finding this content useful and helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button right there. And also hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of these nice videos. Tip number 4 of how to reduce electronic and screen time for your kids is model healthy electronic use. Yes, you as the parent, me as the parent, I have had to learn that if I'm forever on my phone scrolling, yes, Facebook, you know, all, Yes, who said, yeah, my child is talking, yeah, yes, no, How do I then come and tell my son that watching too much is not good for you? I mean, how? It's just hypocritical. So the best thing to do is to lead by example. More is caught than taught. So if I'm sleeping at 4 a.m. watching Netflix, and then the next day I'm so groggy and I'm cranky and I'm telling my child that no, you can't watch TV for too long, it will be just hypocritical. And kids can tell when you're lying. They just can't. Tip number 5 of how to reduce screen time for your kids is create technology-free zones in your home. For instance, we have a rule that we have no technology when we're having dinner or when we're having meals, basically breakfast, lunch, whichever meals we're having together. Normally we have breakfast and dinner together as a family. And also no TV. So if, let's say, kids were watching TV, then we will just switch it off and have a nice meal, concentrate. So it really creates an atmosphere and lets the kids know that there is a time when the TV and other screens are actually not helpful and not healthy. So create those technology-free zones because they really work. And just out of curiosity, you can let me know in the comments below, how much time do your kids spend on screens, let's say TV or other gadgets, in any given day? Just let me know in the comments down below. Tip number 6 on how to reduce your kids' screen time is educate yourself on the latest development when it comes to technology. So that you don't want your kids to be pulling one over you because they're like, mommy, mom is clueless, dad is clueless, they have no idea. So get to know the latest developments, get to know like the latest social trends, social media, how they work. And then you can also know the dangers. It will be good because you'll be able to advise your kids on the dangers here. Like, yes, this may look like a nice new app, but these are the dangers. But you don't want to be that clueless parent. No, it's not healthy for you, and it's not healthy for your kids either. Tip number 7 on how to reduce your kids' screen time is use parental controls. This is so important. I cannot even emphasize this enough because you guys, the world is broken. Man, it's broken. I mean, like, seriously, you need to be watchful of what your kids are watching. You just don't want to just leave them watching anything because you might say, even some of this, let me tell you, some of these things that call themselves for kids, for example, Cartoon Network. Yes, I'll even say, oh my gosh, even I, way before I even got married, stopped watching Cartoon Networks. But let me tell you, some of those cartoons, oh my goodness, oh my gosh, have you seen them? Some of them even look demonic. Ugh. So basically, just have parental controls and just know what your kids are watching and make sure that whatever your kids are watching align with the family values that you guys have. Otherwise, you might be trying to undo damage that was done, and it's very hard. You can't unsee some things. Once you have seen, your child has been exposed to God only knows what. Please exercise your right as a parent to use your parental controls. Tip number 8 on how to reduce your kids' screen time is encourage them to engage in other activities. So don't leave a vacuum. Don't just say, yeah, there's no TV, and then, yeah, Although there is some benefit in letting them come up with their own games, but also give them alternatives. Like, yes, just schedule activities for them, and when they have free time, let them figure out their own, but provide them with, materials they can use to make things, to have fun and all that. Encourage them to do something else. Don't leave it as a vacuum. Tip number 9 of reducing your kids' screen time is set aside time to unplug. Basically, let there be an agreed upon time where we will not be on gadgets. For instance, we like having family night. So once a week we will just set a time, sometimes starts in the afternoon and runs into the night, where we will just do activities together as a family with no gadgets, no phone calls, no TV, no tablets, no nothing. We just engage in fun activities, and it's really nice, and our kids love family night. So it's nice to have those scheduled times where everybody knows that we don't have gadgets and we are focusing on each other as a family. It also really helps to build the relationships in the family. Tip number 10 is be accountable. Be accountable to each other in the family, and especially parents to kids. Let's say, for example, we have agreed that we're going to have family night tonight, no gadgets, no phones, no nothing. But you as the parent, you are expecting, let's say, an important phone call for your business or for work, or just something that can't be postponed. I find that it is really important to explain to the children why. You're like, yeah, I know we agreed ABCD, but just for today, I am going to take this phone call. I'm going to make this phone call because ABCD, and it's good for the business and everything. Because that helps the kids to know that you're being accountable, and it will help them to also be accountable. I hope that makes sense. And if you have any more tips on how we can reduce screen time, let me know in the comments below. And now I just want to give you just 10 fantastic ideas of how we keep our kids engaged, apart from just having them watch screen time. And they're so easy, and it will not even take you like a long time to set this up. So easy, so easy. Number 1, playing with puzzles and board games. Easy. I mean, no brainer. Have just puzzles that the kids can do. Increase the challengeness of them. Increase their challengeness. What kind of a word is that? My gosh. Increase the difficulty of the puzzles as the kids grow. Because the second thing you can do, which I posted on my Instagram a few weeks ago, and people they were jazzed, but I thought it was a small thing, but apparently it was a big deal, is get masking tape and draw like, what do you call it, driving lanes on your floor using masking tape. So easy. So easy. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, please do so. And I'll also put a picture of what I mean here. So we made like a city on the floor. We have a wooden floor. We used masking tape, and the kids loved it. And I was able to do so much work, you know. It was really nice. Number 3 is have them build something. Anything together, you know, just get them blocks, Legos. What I love about those activities for building is the kids can build anything, so it brings up their creativity, and they have like a lot of options, so much they can do with just simple things such as Legos or blocks. Really easy and really fun. Number 4, PlayDoh. Now, PlayDoh is amazing. My kids love PlayDoh because, again, creativity. They can make so much with so little. And I learned how to make my own PlayDoh like 2 months ago. It was so easy. I think one of these days I'll make a video. And the kids loved it. We made it. It was healthy. We just used wheat flour and a few other things. And you don't have to worry about young kids putting them in their mouth, because you know it's made of non-toxic things. Number 5 is reading. I mean, what's not to love about reading? You know, they usually recommend for kids to read at least 20 minutes every day, and more so when they're on holiday. So you can get a favorite book and actually read to them, because kids love it when we read to them. They love stories, you know. And also, you can have them read for themselves, or like now we have a first grader who's learning how to read, and he loves reading for his siblings. So it's really nice. It's really good for them. Number 6 is going for walks and just going outdoors, going to the park, just any activities. And it is so easy. And kids, you know, it's so easy to make kids happy. Have you ever realized how easy it is to keep kids happy? I mean, the smallest thing, like we came up with this thing of going for walks after dinner, and our kids live for those evenings when we go for a walk, and it don't even make a big deal out of it. I mean, kids shower at around maybe in the early evening, and then we have dinner. They're in their pajamas, but we just get the shoes and we go for a walk, and it's so much fun. Especially, do you know what kids love most is being out on the road when it's dark. I mean, it's like 6:30, 7 p.m., but it's dark for them, and they get so excited because they rarely get to do this. So it's so easy, and that whole evening they would have been watching TV, but no, they're going for a walk with mom and dad, and it's just so much fun. I love it. I just love going for walks. Please remember to hit the subscribe button, and also if you're liking this video, give us a thumbs up because it really helps our channel to grow. Number 7 is coloring and painting, and also drawing. Again, no brainer. They do this in school, yes, but they also love to do this at home. And one more thing which we have found to be so amazing is drawing with chalk. Let me tell you, just go to the supermarket when you're going to do your shopping next and buy a packet of chalk. Just that. And then let your kids have the chalk and let them go outside. Like if you have a front yard or a backyard, let them just draw on the floor. Let me tell you, our kids will spend hours drawing. They will just love drawing on the, I mean, they just, even those who don't know how to draw, like what my 2-year-old will somehow find something to draw with that piece of chalk. And the only thing that's left to do is just pour water and wash it, and your front yard or backyard is back to the way it was. So easy, so simple, so amazing. Kids love it. Speaking of painting, let me look at this. Look at this. This is what my children called finger painting. His masterpiece was done yesterday with with this amazing paint. Apparently, they love painting so much they decided to finger paint the whole entire house. Yes. Now I'll have to find a way to come and clean all this. But hey, people are exercising their creativity. But yeah, such is my life. Number 8 is going through old photos. Now, this is something even us grown-ups, we love doing. Like, especially if you have those old printed photos, like the way our parents used to have when we were growing up. Oh my gosh, the kids will love that because you'll show them how life was before. Like before, yes. Now you can have an excuse to use that phrase, when I was growing up. When I was growing up, we used to walk to school uphill both ways, or whatever that our parents used to say. Oh, we never used to wear shoes. So you show them, and it will be so much fun. But also, you can show them photos of themselves when they were younger. Oh, kids love seeing themselves, or just stuff you have done that was fun and you took photos. They love to do just walking down memory lane. You can spend a whole evening and you won't even finish all the photos that you have, trust me. Number 9 is playing games. Hide and seek, there's all manner of games that you can play with your kids. It should not take long, and you can even just teach them a new game and leave them to it. Like just the other day, I was teaching our kids how to play, what do you call this game? What do you call it? Hopscotch. Yes, hopscotch. Now, I did not grow up playing hopscotch. I came to see it on TV. So, I had to Google and learn how to play hopscotch. And once I did, and again, we have a lot of chalk at home, so it was easy to just draw on the ground outside and let them play. So it was so amazing. So I just taught them and I left them. Of course, they probably ended up tweaking the game a little bit, but they had fun, and that's all that matters. Number 10 is outdoor activities and sports, and just involving them in such types of things. Have a schedule, ask them what they want to learn, like martial arts, swimming, chess, and all these manner of clubs. And you can also work together with a family with whom you share the same values, families that you don't have a problem leaving your children with, and whose children you don't mind staying with. And you can agree, you can say, let our kids do this activity together, and then you take turns as parents to take them. So there will be this one afternoon where someone will just take your kids away from you, keep them occupied, and you will have a whole afternoon by yourself. Like, oh man, I dream of such days. But it is really doable. So I hope you have found this list helpful. Please put more ideas in the comment section. Let's help each other during these long 2 months with our children. And if you haven't liked this video, give us a thumbs up, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.